Now we have to move on to Art Talk with Sarah, who's going to bring us the art of glass blowing.
Yes, and speaking of lenses, as you were earlier, that's definitely be a lot of hot air. Okay, Sarah, over to you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So today's artist was suggested by Rollin Klingberg. So thank you, Rollin. Today we're highlighting Dale Chihuly, an American glass artist and entrepreneur. He's best known in the field of blown glass and kind of moving it into the realm of large-scale sculpture. Chihuly graduated from the University of Washington in 1965 with a Bachelor of Arts in Interior Design. He then began experimenting with glass blowing in 1965, and in 1966, he received a full scholarship to attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He studied under Harvey Littleton, who had established the first glass program in the United States. So in 1967, he received his Master's of Science degree in sculpture. And after graduating, he enrolled in the Rhode Island School of Design, RISD, where he met and became close friends with Italo Scanga. Chihuly earned a Master's of Fine Arts degree in sculpture from RISD in 1968. And that same year, he was awarded a Louis Comfort Tiffany Foundation grant. So if we remember, Louis Comfort Tiffany was an artist we highlighted who did the Tiffany stained glass lamps. So he received that grant for his work in glass, as well as a Fulbright scholarship. He traveled to Venice to work at the Vanini factory on the island of Murano, which is famous for its glass, where he first saw the team approach to blowing glass. So he's often called his baskets the most innovative work that he's done, experimenting with the use of fire, gravity, and centrifugal force. Chihuly found new ways to create asymmetrical vessels with thin, undulating walls. He often groups them in sets, as you can see here, with several small pieces nested within larger, wide-mouth forms. Chihuly has long been fascinated by the natural beauty of Native American arts, particularly weaving and basketry. He said, quote, "I saw some beautiful Northwest Coast Indian baskets and was struck by the grace of their slumped, sagging forms." Since 1975, Chihuly has created an ever-evolving range of cylinders with glass thread drawings fused onto molten bubbles. So this revolutionary kind of pickup drawing technique has allowed Chihuly to integrate a wide range of motifs, starting with his early works, particularly the patterns inspired by Native American textiles. He said, quote, "We came up with this technique where we'd lay out little bits of glass on the steel table and then pick it up with molten glass. So, and this technique you can see has led to these unique cylindrical designs." An evolution of the Venetian series, these ikebana pieces are inspired by the Japanese art of flower arrangement. They feature long-stemmed flowers and leaves of glass presented dramatically in vase-like vessels. Chihuly often places ikebana in garden settings, creating a new harmony of art and nature. These two pieces here are called Magenta Ikebana with black and yellow striped herons, and Dappled Midnight Blue Ikebana with feathers and stem, both from 2018. So while traveling through Europe as a young man, Chihuly marveled at the beauty of stained glass windows. He was captivated by the power that glass and light give to each other. So uniting light and color, these light drawings are painted on acrylic glass and lit from within, allowing Chihuly to create these compositions that are translucent and luminous. He said that color is one of the greatest properties of glass and is more intense in glass than any other material. These light drawings are pieces created with grand sweeping gestures and spontaneous movement. And he applies layer upon layer of color, creating an artwork that takes on a whole new life once it's lit from within. Every rotolo, which is Italian for coil, sculpture is really a feat in and of itself. They're heavy, intricate, and very delicate, requiring as much as 140 pounds of glass and up to 17 team members working in unison for hours to stretch the boundaries of what glass can do. Chihuly spent months perfecting this process of creating these Rotolo works. He said, quote, "Rotolo rekindled my excitement for working with clear glass. I was really amazed by the complexity and brilliance of the form, which started from a simple coil." Each coil in these sculptures weighs about 15 pounds, and it takes a lot of energy and a lot of time with the team. There's really no way to hurry up these pieces, and they can take days or even weeks to create. And the team really has to work in unison when creating these pieces. So Persians are featured in many of Chihuly's most dramatic installations. They're an exploration of form, shape, and color, a kind of celebration of wild asymmetry and these swirling patterns. They have kind of an ancient sensibility, and for Chihuly, they conjure notions of Venice and the Near and Far East. These two pieces are cerulean Persian set with obsidian lip wraps and cloud white Persian set with jet black lip wraps done in 2016 and 2015. So Chihuly has always been interested in architecture and the way form interacts with light and space. So his installations are created in dialogue with the environments in which they are sited, interacting harmoniously while affecting spatial perceptions to inspire these profound experiences as the viewer. His ambitious artwork installations are placed in public spaces, museums, botanical gardens around the world, and are also available for private commissions. The one we see here is called Marine Blue and Citron Tower, done in 2021 in Scottsdale, Arizona. And this is what he calls a tower design, which is a natural evolution of his famous chandeliers. And these allow him to create these large freestanding sculptures that rise up towards the sky in spaces that aren't suited for a hanging chandelier. This piece is called Ethered White Persian Pond, located in Gardens by the Bay in Singapore. And this is that Persian style again that we looked at in another slide, but incorporated into a larger installation and kind of used to mimic flower petals in this instance. He said that glass is the most magical of all materials. It transmits light in a special way. And we could see here the reflection of the uniquely patterned glass on the water. Chihuly first filled boats with glass pieces in Finland after tossing bulbous glass pieces into the river and letting them float downstream. Chihuly's team then salvaged a rowboat from the river and filled it with a variety of glass forms, as you can see. And he continued to revisit this concept ever since. This piece is also from Singapore and is called Float Boat, installed in 2021. And here is another glass boat called Fiori Boat. Fiori means flowered in Italian. So this boat is decorated with sculptural and abstract flowers and is located in Nashville at the Cheekwood Botanical Gardens. Here's another example of his Persians being used in a larger sculpture, in this case, one of his chandeliers. Persians are dynamic, asymmetrical forms that take on a dramatic new presence when placed together in these compositions and ceiling installations called pergolas. So bursting with color, these unexpected installations invite people to interact with art in a new way. This Persian installation is at the Palo Alto Medical Foundation in Mountain View, California. So overall, Chihuly's glass sculptures are complex and uniquely his own style. Usually, especially his chandeliers, you can tell it's a Chihuly just by looking at it. He's one of the most well-known glass blowers and has even really sparked a renewed interest globally in the medium. Thanks, everyone.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, that was awesome, I have to say. And thanks to our long-term associate, Raul Klingberg, who suggested this artist. It was fabulous. And I really love the Persian palms, the fountain installation. That was excellent.
Yeah, it really was a lot of fun. And I particularly like those glass balls in the boats in Finland. The fact that they were actually first dropped down the stream and floated down was pretty cool.